be bull rushing at us now.
Gonna get run over? Well, you can move, I don't.
And when the
picture taken, Brucey. When the first supertanker comes into the Straits of Juan de Fuca.
last time I saw you, it was just before we got on green feet. Huh?
How was the trip?
Okay.
I haven't seen you since.
Right. Well, we made it back.
It was a good trip, in short.
Yeah, it was a good trip.
Nobody
Whatever
got
happened to all those films you took? We never saw them.
All over the world.
All over the world. Great.
So what's been happening out there in the world?
From the CIA.
miles to stop. 4.5 miles of an emergency stop. The Supertanker finally stopped. 3 football fields long. All Rough Riders.
Clearly, the operational characteristics of these huge mega machines are not conducive to safe handling in these waters. The spilling of hundreds of thousands of tons of oil anywhere within the Juan de Fuca Strait would spoil forever the entire coastline of the Georgia Strait and the islands within it. We need no further proof of what would happen in the event of a large-scale oil spill. Therefore, the entry of unwieldy supertankers in the Juan de Fuca Straits will be considered an act of environmental aggression. That's the only... Environmental murder! Right on. Any confrontations or damage to property are your responsibility. You must recognize and appreciate the gravity of this concern and respond to it in only one acceptable way. Prohibit supertankers from entering the Juan de Fuca Strait. Thank you.
To report to you. I note British Parliament tells me that their Coast Guard is moving in the same direction to determine, in effect, what exactly happens after oil is spilled upon the area in Juan de Fuca and all of this country, such that we can more correctly assess the damages which result from it.
Profits.
This week, we in Vancouver have seen what can happen when only 200 tons of oil are spilled. We have watched the naiveness and the imbecility of our elected representatives who have said, how could this happen? Why did it happen? But ladies and gentlemen, it happened and it will happen again. And when it does, it'll be 30 million gallons out in the waters and not 200 tons. But we can't just say it's going to happen. We can't just... around Spanish banks or down along Bellingham or Blaine and you look at the mud flats and you look at the birds and the animals which are out there. Remember, they're there today. The first tanker to come down there will kill those birds if that tanker goes aground. They may not be there tomorrow. So please, get out and be vocal. Bring your friends out so that if we have to, we can have another demonstration where we'll have 10,000 people and we'll let them know that we don't want their tankers down our coast. Thank you.
In Blaine, Peace Arch is the separating body between the United States and Canada. Jean-Pierre is the president of SPEC. Jean-Pierre, what does SPEC stand for?
Scientific Pollution and Environmental Control Society.
Now, SPEC is a national Canadian organization, or?
It's a provincial organization which is part of the National Environmental Group Network. So we have associate membership with all the other groups.
Has the Sierra Club been involved?
We're out by $150,000.
First, the enactment of a 200-mile pollution-free zone off the west coast from which supertankers would be barred. Secondly, the demand for an immediate session of the International Joint Commission to bar supertankers from the Strait of Juan de Fuca on the grounds it's a joint waterway, not an international boundary. Third, the enactment by the province of British Columbia of total liability without fault for the consequences of all oil spills. And lastly, the enactment of legislation which would cut off all shipments of natural gas to the U.S.